Hello, friends, and you are friends to the On Top of the World podcast. I'm your co-host Joshua Hadley, and as always, I'm joined by the man of the hour, the man with the power to speak to be sour to one spent the mentoring planet Earth. You still don't know what's coming yet.
Hello, hi, Justin, with Josh. Yeah,
As always,
yeah.
and well, a lot going on in the world this week, Justin. Not very slow. Either it's a woman protesting in Iran for their rights, or we could be, by the time the show comes up, there could be a nuclear apocalypse. Who knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah, a lot of wacky stuff in the world.
A lot of wacky stuff. Let's start off by ranting about religion. That's always fun.
Yeah.
So I don't think we've damn. So I don't think we've talked much about this. Women have been protesting in Iran for their rights. Several have been killed. There's been hacks of their their state-run channel where what's he called? The Ayatollah had his
The Ayatollah of rock and rolla, Chris Jericho.
Exactly.
Mm.
Jericho's lot. I don't like Chris Jericho, but he's way better than this asshole. Yeah, so someone hacked their state-run TV channel. They put his image up there. They put a crosshair with flames around and said there's gonna be vengeance or whatever. Normally I'm not for stuff like that, but for people who put. Not only does he put hits on people, those four women died because of him. Why? Because what was the reason? Was it their burqas? I got NPR open right here, but you gotta have a comment on this.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah, it's 2022. I get upset with how much religion controls our own lives.
Yeah.
It's it's been leading like the abortion debate. It's ridiculous. Like some people, the reason people are against it because they think, when the sperm meets the egg, it creates a soul or whatever. Life starts at erection. Yeah, it's like I said, it's 2022. It's time to get past that stuff. Like in the United States, it's annoying how much religion controls our life still today.
Yeah.
And there, like that, the Ayatollah, I think that's what he's called. Like they do have a president they elect, but the Ayatollah is like sort of like the monarch, like what Charles is. He's the king of England. There's no election for him. Well, there's no election for the Ayatollah, so he's sort of like the king of Iran. Come on. I think Iran's a very modern country. Well, except for that, I think they do need to get rid of it. I think Biden ought to say, we're gonna do sanctions until he's gone. Have a real democracy.
Mm.
At least.
Yeah.
And talking about the Middle East, Saudi Arabia is, I think they're the head guys at OPEC. We might have said this, but they're decreasing oil production, so that means the most important thing in the world, gas prices are going up. Like, goddamn, maybe, we're all crying like it's the biggest issue in the world. Maybe instead of having this fucking toxic car culture we got, maybe to combat this, we ought to have more public transportation to places. Wouldn't that be nice? We could save some money.
Yeah. I live in fucking Arlington, Texas, and there's no buses anywhere near me.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and we've looked at it, and you'd have to walk over a mile to get to a bus stop. That's ridiculous. And
in fucking Arlington.
There's so many people in that area. Goddamn, you think there should be... Alright, maybe a mile isn't too bad, but like you figure there should be a lot more bus stops, a lot more public transportation to go to the things like to go see. I know we don't like them, but you know a lot of people do to go see the Dallas Cowboys play. They go to all these events happening. You think they'd want that, but you know unfortunately we live in America where there's only a couple of places it seems to that really embrace public transportation.
Yeah. Stupid.
Stupid. It's stupid. Like I used to live in Seattle for a couple of months back when my mom was having heart surgery, and you know that was just fantastic. You know you could get anywhere. It didn't take. It wasn't very far. It's where I was staying in the university district. It didn't seem. I was very far away from hopping on the. Well, wasn't really a subway because I don't know. Sometimes it was overground, so it was a train system or the monorail, and it didn't seem like you were very far from jumping on that to gain places. And there was bus stops everywhere.
Yeah,
you know it's fantastic. You know, and there's more people in Texas, and you know Texas is a lot bigger.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Arlington is a lot bigger than like. I don't know if it's bigger than Seattle, but when I say bigger, I mean, well, yeah, it is bigger because it's, you know, there's a lot. It's a lot more spread out. You know, you know, it's hard. You know, in Seattle, it seems like you could walk places, but in Texas, things are a lot more spread out. So you'd think, you know, we'd have more public transportation, but no.
Yeah, you think
for some reason, yeah, dog, damn. You know, what's America thinking?
Fucking America.
Oh, and you know, but we're talking about Saudi Arabia, and it seems like, well, no, not seems like. So for whatever fucked up reason, we allow other countries like Israel and well now Saudi Arabia. They get to lobby our congressmen, and they've donated money. Saudi Arabia has donated money to the Republican Party. It seems like this move is to try and get the people angry at Biden. How is that allowed? Like, why do we allow such a thing? That's so ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Man, it's like you know, why are we allowing foreign influence on our elections like that? Let's take the money out of politics. It's that simple. Unfortunately, the Congress, it's bought off. I mean, we might as well. You know, on their nice suits, we might as well have them put plaques or stickers of who their sponsors are, just like NASCAR has. You know.
Yeah, take the money out of politics, but politicians love money.
True. You know, unfortunately, we don't have the money to buy them off. I did give $20 to William Pounds, but we'll see where that gets us.
Nah.
And
we're gonna own Arizona.
True. A little update on William. Unfortunately, it seems like the event he was gonna crash is canceled. So,
cancel culture strikes again.
True. They're stepping on us. They're stepping on us. Man. Yeah, the governor's debate is canceled, and they're just gonna interview one of the candidates. So they get who is it? I forget which one. Hobbs, I think it was Katie Hobbs or whatever. She dipped on the debate and got her way, and just gets to have an interview for a half hour or whatever on TV.
So what he needs to do, right, is wherever that interview is happening, he needs to break into there and start throwing super kicks.
True. Go pound for pound on them.
Yeah, there you go.
See, I guess in world news, one more thing before we move on. Someone, probably a Ukrainian or at least someone who's supports their cause, attacked the bridge that was made that was finished back in 2014, I believe, between Crimea and Russia. Well, you know, as Russians would say, between Russia and Russia. But yeah, there was a bridge that Putin was really proud of, so much so that I saw a video of him like himself driving over it. Pretty strange, if you ask me. Like someone like that driving themselves, but they did it for the propaganda. Well, someone bombed it, and we don't exactly know how, but I've seen people make the argument that it must have been someone on a boat. The way the explosion happened, most of the bridge at that part is destroyed, except there's some rail. You could still transport things via rail, and some assholes were on the internet were saying, "Oh yeah, this is terrorism." No, I don't think so, because it's a military target. They're using it to transport military people and good their equipment. They're using it for logistics. I think that makes it a military target, don't you think?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, but some people, they're like Tulsi Gabbard. We'll mention her in a second. People like that, they just buy Russian propaganda. Oh, this is terrorism. And Russia does actual terrorism where they just launch missiles into civilian areas in response. Putin, this war isn't making him look good, so he had to do something after this. So he says, yeah, I'm just going to kill a bunch of civilians randomly. I'm gonna launch missiles into Kiev and all of these other places, and we're just gonna kill a bunch of people. And I guess that makes him look good in the eyes of the Russian people. Terrible. Something, hopefully something happens to him. Hopefully he's not just allowed to die in his sleep. And like I mentioned, Tulsi. We're gonna move on to national news. Tulsi Gabbard, most important thing in the world. She's left the Democratic Party. I thought she's left months ago.
I'm gonna be honest. I may have forgotten at some point that she was a Democrat.
Yeah. Some hosting Fox News and saying all this shit. Like, I'm not a Democrat either, but this is being treated like it's a huge deal. I never, I did like Tulsi Gabbard for a minute, but even like when everyone was singing her praises about being so progressive or leftist or supporting Bernie, I found out that she not used to be. She was very homophobic back in the day, and it in the Democratic Party it went to the point where you couldn't run as a Democrat being homophobic the way her and her family was. So she decided to change her views on that. And since I found that out, I always looked at her as a normal politician. There's nothing that I don't know what. I don't know what she does or what she says that isn't calculated. I have no idea. Even the war stuff, I have no idea what's a lie. I don't know what's a lie, what's not calculated. I'll say I do think that's most politicians, but I never thought she was special in any way. What I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on her?
Never really had any strong opinions on Tulsi Gabbard. She doesn't seem great. Although I can't lie. There's a little thirsting going on. There is that.
Yeah, there's a little thirsting going on.
I'm.
She looks fine.
I don't want to say this, but like there are some horrible people out there in the political spectrum who could get it. What's Kim Jong-un's sister's name?
I don't remember, but yeah, she's pretty hot, yeah.
And
I was
she's
hoping
like
she'd be like the queen of North Korea, but unfortunately he lived.
I feel like everybody
he recovered from his disease.
I feel like people don't talk enough about the time when everyone thought Kim Jong-un was dead, and then like his sister became like a fucking anime icon, like a fucking waifu.
True.
Yeah.
True.
That's up there with the whole like 2018 or 2017 or whatever the fuck it was thing where like clowns were randomly attacking people. It's up there for like weird shit that people just don't talk about anymore. That just sort of like happened and then everybody just accepted it.
We need something like that again. See, I think the clowns ought to come back and help her become emperor of Queen Emperor of North Empress of North Korea,
Nah.
and Tulsi could be her like her ambassador, or she could be the ambassador of like America gets sent her to be the ambassador, and they could hang out and they could talk shit about the United States and say how South Korea is a warmonger. Like, that'd be incredible.
There you go.
And let's see. I don't really think Matt Walsh. Like, I didn't really want to talk about him, but he's. I get some people that I like has been posting his videos. Matt Walsh. He came out a while back as a pro pedophilia. It's pretty brave stance, I suppose. Except for the fact that he's trying to groom children into marrying adults. It's what he believes. Have you heard about this?
No, is Matt? Well, is he the fucking?
Oh, see, that's the thing. Like, no, like normal people don't know who the hell he is. And
well, is he the guy from the?
Talk about it.
Is he the guy from the meme with the like? He's like sitting at a chair and there's like a thing in front saying like "Change my mind." Is that him or that's somebody else? Oh, it's Steven Crowder.
That's Steven Crowder.
Steven Crowder, okay.
Yeah, Steven Crowder's just racist. Like, they're probably friends. Matt Walsh, he said. I'll not bring it up. Let's see, Matt Walsh. Like, cause I cannot like whatever I say won't be as strong as his own words. So he said, in a modern Western society, we've delayed the onset of adulthood instead of inventing a new sort of human. The teenager exists in this limbo in which we've created. We call it adolescence. Adolescence is a state of art. Is a state of the art modern innovation like crack cocaine or chemical warfare. So I think you sort of get the picture of what he thinks about kids, and the controversy. Well, it should be more of a controversy. Is this guy believes children, it's fine for children. It's not only fine for children to be impregnated, to get pregnant. He believes the problem is they can't get married. Isn't that wonderful?
Wonderful.
And this guy, I don't know. I know he's anti-trans. These people. There can't be trans kids, but these kids can get married. There's a couple other quotes I want to bring up. Adolescence isn't a product of brain chemistry; it's a product of our expectations. If we expect 23-year-olds to act like they're 13, then we will get just that. For thousands of years, 13-year-olds were expected to act like they're 23. And those expectations were met. Yeah, that's really nice, Matt. So what's the limit here? So so could the expectations go the other way? Like we expect 10-year-old. Actually, we used to expect. It used to be that way. Like he argues. We used to have kids work in factories and stuff. The problem is modern society is sort of decided against those kind of things, and I think that's kind of good, don't you, Gopher?
Yeah.
There's one more quote from this monstrous idiot. At about 16, you're an adult who is mature enough and can make decisions. You are that at 16. I don't care what anybody says, and if you're going to tell me it's different, well, then how come for the first 10,000 years of human civilization, that's the way it was? It's just recently where all of a sudden we're all maybe our word, no, until we're 25. Yeah. So that's what he believes, that the problem isn't that these kids are getting pregnant. The problem is they can't get married, isn't that? wonderful. He's one of these. There's been a lot of this terrible stuff online to where I don't even want to go online sometimes. Where these conservatives are saying gay people and trans people are groomers, and you got guys like this on their team that they love and support. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, it's weird that they like openly support these type of people.
They openly support them, and we're expected to not look at them as pedophiles and groomers. I didn't want to bring it up, but people that I think most people don't know who the hell he is, but I've seen people that I like sharing his videos, so yeah, that's why I decided to bring it up. I think is that it for politics. I think talking about Matt Walsh is as low as we can go. Really.
Yeah, we got some other topics here outside of the political spectrum that we can speak on. Although, how do you want to? What do you want to go to next? You want to continue with some topics, or do you want to go into the stuff that we do in the middle?
There's one we're done with politics, but there's one more serious issue we could talk about, and that's. I think we did talk about Kim Kardashian getting in trouble for pushing crypto. What's up with social media influencers and they're pushing? Well, we'll tell you what's up. They're pushing crypto and they're pushing NFTs. We talked about Kim Kardashian. She got in trouble for it, for pushing a pump and dump scheme. And there's who's I can't remember who's Logan Paul's brother.
Jake Paul. Does not surprise me that he would do this.
He's into it. There's other people I don't really follow these people because I don't like people like Mr. Beast or Logan Paul. I mean, he's probably fine as a pro wrestler, but
Logan seems to have improved as a person in the last couple of years. I like Mr. Beast. I don't really watch his stuff all that often, but I do like Mr. Beast.
Yeah, Mr. Beast, as far as I know, he's not pushing crypto like some assholes like Kim Kardashian. Kim K, never done a thing in her life, but she's got to scam people and say, oh, buy, she gets money. Oh, buy crypto, it's not financial advice, but all my friends who give me money are saying, yeah, do this. Awful.
See, I'm going to be honest. If I was in a position to shill crypto and NFTs to make a bunch of money, I would do it. But also, I'm broke as shit. Somebody who's already as rich as Kim Kardashian doesn't need to be doing this.
Exactly. I used to have crypto. Thankfully, I sold all my Bitcoin before it did go down a little bit, so I did lose a couple $100 on the investment I made. But I would have lost way more if I sold all my Bitcoin right now. What's it at? It's been around 20,000, a little under that. But yeah, I think it's awful that these people, they get money and they have all, Kim Kardashian already has money. Why is she accept? What's up with these scams? What's up with these scams? They already have all the money in the world and they're doing more.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, at least have the decency to be broke before you do this.
Exactly. Man. What we need is we need to turn the tuck bucks into real cryptocurrency. And, we need to do Gopher and Tuck NFTs.
Yeah.
We'll get a 2-year-old to do the drawings for us. We'll take a picture and we'll make that the NFTs. That'll probably look better than some of the NFTs that I've seen, honestly.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna pay the 2-year-old. We're just stealing their art, just a lot.
Okay. We will pay them with a punch to the face. That is their payment.
All right, we will pay these children with a punch to the face. Coming soon, the Gopher and Tuck NFTs. Get excited, ladies and gentlemen. That we're bringing them back. Square Enix can do another. at least with these companies, the NFTs don't seem as much as a scam as is a mistake. But um, hopefully, Square Enix Enix dies because of this. I mean, imagine owning like franchises like Tomb Raider and selling them to make NFTs. That's so.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could have had Lara Croft NFTs, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Well, man, I'm telling you, it's awful. Well, let's. I think we're done talking about politics and the news. I believe. Let's do some updates. What's happening with Gopher and Tuck?
Yeah, just more and more Halloween stuff. We are. I think we're about to be at the end of the Leon story for the YouTube uploads. I think that's about to finish, and we're gonna get into the Claire story. I did the Claire second run already on YouTube, or on Twitch. I mean, sorry. Did that to completion. We're gonna start as of yesterday of this video going up, or this podcast going up. Yesterday we will have started the Leon second run on Twitch. So that's gonna be happening. We've been streaming Dead by Daylight as well. Just been doing the spoopy stuff on the Twitch and on the YouTube. Got a whole bunch of stuff coming. Several one-offs. Halloween themed tier list. Tucker Variety Hour. Stuff of that nature. Just a bunch of stuff happening on Halloween. And we got a lot of plans already for Christmas as well. It's gonna be the most Gopher and Tuck Christmas yet.
Hell yeah!
The most we've ever done was last year, where we did 5 one-offs for Christmas. This year we're playing Arkham Origins and Spider-Man Miles Morales, both of those in full because they both take place during the Christmas season, so they count. And we'll be doing 5 Let's Play one-offs, a Christmas-based tier video, and a Christmas Tucker Variety Hour. So a whole bunch of stuff for Christmas. We started recording Kingdom Hearts 3, which will be going up throughout November.
Well, let's talk about this real quick. There's a little bit of a controversy where apparently you're skipping some of the scenes in Kingdom Hearts.
It lasted for like 2 cutscenes, and then Brandon got upset about it. So I'm like, all right, I'll watch the fucking cutscenes. Because like this game so far, we are like 6 hours in, and like fucking 2 hours of that is cutscene. There's too much cutscene.
I get really annoyed by that. Like, I'll bring up some examples. Mass Effect Andromeda, the game, you have to like watch the game for an hour before you can play the game. As far as I know, that's not even the record. Like, I thought Final Fantasy 7 or no, Final Fantasy 12 was pushing it where there's like a 20-minute cutscene before you gotta play the game. And no, it's an hour before you gotta play the game in Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, there was a part in the first recording session where we wanted to end the recording session. I'm like, all right, we're at about our usual stopping point. We'll stop here. And then I had to end the recording session a full hour later because I was just getting an hour's worth of cutscenes in a row, like without any way to save. It was just an hour of cutscenes. Like that. That's not. Who watches that on YouTube? Who's gonna sit through a fucking cutscenes like an hour's worth? Like that's like what? Probably 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Of Gopher and Tuck of just cutscenes.
I get a little bit of like what our former friend Rufus, he gave you a shit for why y'all talking over a cutscene? You can't ever skip this stuff. That's too many. I sort of get that argument where we gotta see a little bit of the story of the game. That's way too much. Like, video games is an interactive media. We want to play video games. It's a game. At the movie theater, you gotta shut up and watch the movie, or hopefully you're at your house and you can make fun of it with your friends. But God, that we want to play video games. It's a game.
The games,
the games,
Yeah,
we want to play the games. We don't want to watch the games. Sometimes we want to watch Gopher play the games, but goddamn it, we want a game. We don't want to, we're not. This ain't supposed to be Mystery Science Theater 3000.
And it's Kingdom Hearts 3, so I have no fucking clue what's happening anyway in the story. I didn't play any of the spin-offs, which are all
I-
super important to understanding the plot or whatever. And I don't fucking know what's happening. Brandon doesn't know what's fucking happening. He's played these games.
I'm watching along. I've watched the game. I'm watching the game along with. I'm 2 is out. I was watching 1. I will continue that sometime because I am interested. I've always been interested in the game. Just I can't play it now, or I could if I start making money again. But I think it's better just watching you guys play it, and I don't know what the hell's going on in the story. I have questions, and I don't think I'm ever gonna get the answers.
Yeah. So that's happening throughout November. That'll be what gets uploaded. And then after Christmas, we got a new Pokemon series. We're on the final game that we can randomize. It's the last game for the 3DS, Sun and Moon.
Damn! Wait, what are you gonna do next January then?
I don't know. We might just do a regular Nuzlocke without the randomization for one of the Switch games.
Wow.
Might have to do that.
Wow.
And apparently I'll be playing. What's the game that Kitty is making me play?
Into the Wilds.
The Outer Wilds. The Outer Wilds. Yeah. Apparently.
I can't.
Yeah,
that's the Outer Wilds.
The Outer Wilds.
See, he got confused. He kept saying the Outer Worlds, and I'm saying the inner. I'm saying it like it's Breath of the Wild. Like, we keep mixing the name of this thing up. It kind of like at first when the way he was describing it, I thought it was like Moonlander, and it is kind of like a 3D Moonlander, but there's a lot more to it than that.
I don't really know. I've heard of it, but I don't really know what it is. But apparently, I'll be playing that as well, like alongside Pokemon. So that's gonna be happening. And that's those the plans.
Let's explain. So I'm at the tier 3, I believe, and that's the $50 a month thing
for a Patreon.
For Patreon, if you guys want Gopher to play a series, you gotta join that thing. Unfortunately, Kitty's like, oh man, I only got cash, so he's gotta go through me, so whatever. but if you wanna ask Gopher to, if that's too much, or you don't want a full series, you could join one of these other tiers where you could ask him to do one-offs on YouTube. You could
it's $25 for a one-off, $35 for a stream on Twitch, and if you just join for $1, then you get your name in the little outro dealio for our videos.
Yeah, that's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And before we go on to my stuff, I wanted to bring up. I've been watching the streams. I've been really enjoying the Dead by Daylight stream. You were very successful the last one. The first one, I think you guys had to figure out the game and get back into it. And I think you almost won every game except the last one.
In the first stream we won 2 games after like losing 3. I think we like lost probably 4 total. The second one we won every game except for the last one. The last one we did not win.
Yeah, that looks like a really cool game. I wish I could add any money right now. I'd probably get Game Pass and jump in. But,
it took a bit of time to get used to it, but once we got it figured out, it's pretty fun. There's still a lot of shit that I don't understand. Like there was in the last one, there were just like pumpkins to smash, and I don't know what that does. And there were these like weird like little red portal thingies that we like put energy into or some shit. I don't know what any of that is, but I got the basics down, and it's pretty fun.
It's pretty fun. And if you follow Gopher and Tuck, just look up Gopher and Tuck on YouTube. Find them on Twitter, Gopher and Tuck, one word, at Gopher and Tuck. And join the Discord so you can get notifications and you can find his videos easy. I'm still doing the sell. Today, tomorrow, for people listening to the episode, I'm putting up a television. I've been holding it for a friend, but they haven't paid for it. I'm getting really, like I said this last week, I'm getting really annoyed by holding stuff, so I think that was the last thing I was holding for friends. But the other thing is, like, I have this $10 boot dryer for sale, And just like the Super Nintendo, a whole lot of people been asking me about it. And come on, guys, just follow up, just buy the thing. It works. And it's it's like everyone wants it, but no one's like, everyone wants it to the point where they're gonna ask if it's available, but they're not gonna like go through the process of like paying for it and picking it up for whatever reason. Like, come on, guys. So yeah, everyone, it's available as this recording. Maybe not when it gets posted, but yeah, if you want the thing, come and get it. Is all I gotta say. So yeah, there's gonna be I'm putting the television back up for sale, and I found another rare game. And I figured this was a rare game, and I figured it'd be more expensive than the normal Super Nintendo games. But Super Noah's Ark 3D, I bought that just to check it out. I thought it was really interesting, and there's no way I had paid $250 for it. That's what it's being listed for on eBay. So I think it's like my other really rare games that are that price point. I think I'm gonna have to like sell these things on eBay. Well, maybe not the Castle one unless I sell my Wii. Then I'll put it on eBay. But it seems like I have to keep my Wii, which is that's okay. But I'll finally be able to open that game and decrease its value. But yeah, Super Noah's Ark 3D, for a game that's not even super fun to play. It's like a lame version of Wolfenstein, but I think because it's such an oddity, and people have been getting it just to own it, and video game price, like classic game prices, prices for classic games have been outrageous the last couple of years. I got into this like 2 decades ago, and yeah, I was just paying like $5 for an NES game. The prices have gotten outrageous. Like I know my Final Fantasy, which I'm not selling. No way. My copy of Final Fantasy, and I got the box with it. I got for $50. That's the price has doubled since I gotten that, and to where I might have not bought it. But yeah, it's insane. So find my stuff, just www.joshuajhadley.com. Everything's gonna be listed. And if you want to get a hold of me, my info is actually on there. Can't wait to take it off, but it's there. And I've been talking to most people on Facebook Messenger, but if you really want to get a hold of me, the easiest way is Discord. And like Gopher has let me know, there's a permanent link, so you don't have to worry about pressing the join my Discord link and it not working, because now it's permanent. It's the permanent link
forever.
That will always work forever until the end of time. In fact, it'll last longer than me.
Yeah, there you go.
There's one thing. Let's laugh before we get into other things. I forgot about this. Let's laugh at Alex Jones, that piece of shit, for a second. The news is out. He has to pay almost $1 billion in damages to the people that he lied about at Sandy Hook. He says, "Oh, this was he said this thing was staged. No one really died. Yeah, this was done by the government or the FBI just to take your guns." Well, he had other payments that the courts have said he has to pay, and the new one is $1 billion.
That's a lot of money.
And it's a lot of money. I don't even know if he has $1 billion, but I think he's gonna have to give away the ownership of InfoWars. That's just fine to me.
Yeah. Long story short, Alex Jones sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck. Okay. Sucks to suck, Alex Jones. Are we ready for some games?
Some games. Play the games.
Oh man! All right, so we play this game weekly. It's called Bluffing Gopher. I got 3 wild headlines.
Wild and crazy.
2 of them are real. 2 of them are real. One of them is fake.
Yes, and if I get it
And,
wrong, I
Gophers-
die.
I die, and just like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the plants will work to make a new Giggity Gopher.
Yes.
And he's gonna know everything this Gopher knows.
Yeah. I'm on a good winning streak, though. I've been alive for a bit now.
True. First headline. Texas Pete hot sauce makers sued over famed product being from North Carolina. The complaint reportedly wants the hot sauce brand to change its name and brand and to pay up.
Okay.
Oh, I bet you're the one suing over this. I know you're one of those Texicans. Alright. New York man charged with putting several reptiles in his pants. A New York City man is accused of hiding 3 Burmese pythons, one of the world's largest snakes, in his pants.
Well, gotta have a snake in your pants.
True. And third headline, coming soon, the perfect channel. I'm sorry. You've been hit with the dad jokes so recently. I didn't think of that before. So, a new TV channel is coming that will broadcast things about cats 24 hours a day.
See, I want that one to be real.
Man, I bet.
Can we get another, a quick little recap of the 3?
So, I'll just read I've been reading the sub headlines. I'll just read the top ones. First one, Texas Pete hot sauce makers sued over famed product being from North Carolina. Second one, New York man charged with putting several reptiles in his pants. Third one, the perfect channel coming soon.
Okay, I think the Texas hot sauce one is real. The other 2 I'm conflicted
because Texas.
I think that one's real. Texas Pete or whatever. I want to say the cat one is real, but then I have been getting hit with those puns lately. This could be a calculated move on your behalf. I'm gonna go with you because you said like some of the world's biggest snakes. That kind of I don't know if somebody could fit numerous of the world's biggest snakes in their pants. Maybe some big pants because there's some big snakes out there.
So the second one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the second one.
Well, you got it wrong. I made up the third one.
What? No. Yep. No cat channel?
Yeah. No, I actually stole the idea from the puppy channel. So why don't I just say there's from 25 years ago. So I said, well, if there was a puppy channel, how come there couldn't be a cat channel?
That's true. There should be.
Well, boys and girls, he got it wrong, so this gopher is going to die at the end of the podcast, unfortunately.
R.I.P. me.
And this usually leads us into questions. Are you ready for those? Are we ready for questions? Hopefully we get some good ones today. We get questions from the fans, so tweet at me, email me at joshuajhadley.com. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
joshuajhadley.com, best email.
Email me, Josh_Hadley1991 at yahoo.com, and we'll read your questions if they're appropriate for the online world.
Yes.
Let's see. Let's open these up. Okay. From our good friend Muffin Man.
Once again.
And see, not from Drury Lane, by the way. See. Okay. Dearest White Man, can you climb 500 stairs every day as a regular exercise regime? Is it possible for you? I know you've been doing your walk. Oh, I'm saying this now. I know you've been doing your walks. How do you feel about doing that?
500 stairs a day? Well, so if I'm climbing them, I'd have to go back down them, right?
I think going back down is a lot easier.
Yeah, but 500. I don't see. I'm not really sure what what that would feel like. I don't really have like a reference to think of like what exactly it'd be like to go 500 steps, but maybe. I mean, if it's fucking not like 105 degrees and I'm doing it outside.
I guess I guess people would be able to do this with a stairmaster. Like I know Ric Flair had one.
Yeah, could do 500 steps on a stairmaster. I could probably do that. Yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, maybe is the answer there,
yeah,
Muffin.
yeah.
Thanks for asking the question. From Daryl in Sri Lanka. Dear Gopher, I'm really looking forward to the Pokemon next year. Been watching for a while, and my question is, what body part of yours do you hate the most, and why?
What body part of mine do I hate the most? Okay.
I'll say before you answer, I think typically for people it's their nose.
I do got a little piggly nose. Not the best nose.
I like noses. I don't care what people say.
Uh, I'm trying to think. So there are definitely some parts of my body I'm not huge on. Uh, Definitely like my stomach is up there because I got like the sagginess of somebody who lost 80 pounds of weight. That kind of deal. Not a fan of that. Um,
Oh, I imagine.
I
Yeah.
have a very unspectacular penis, so there is that. Um,
I thought my penis was unspectacular, and then I started having sex with people, and they said it's huge.
huh.
I think porn does a lot to fuck up our idea of penis size. I don't know what his penis size is. We'll find out one day.
Yeah, we'll find out one day.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
about as long as my hand is.
How long's your hand?
Um,
Who's got them
like,
fucking big show hands?
nah, it's not quite there, but it's pretty close.
Mm.
When I'm erect.
Oh, it's probably the sagginess of the stomach because of the whole losing a bunch of weight. That it's not ideal. I surprisingly don't have much about my face that I dislike anymore. When I was a hefty boy, I did. Although I'm not crazy about my nose, but I also don't really like hate it. It's not one of those things that I'd be like that fucking thing. So yeah, probably
You know,
stomach.
for me, it's my facial hair. It's a pit. Like I don't like the look of like I don't like how I look with facial hair, so I do shave. I do that.
Yeah,
Just
no part of my hair would be among my least favorites. That's like one of the few things I like about myself.
see. All right. Yeah. Thanks for the question there. And this is from.
Thank you for asking about my insecurities on the podcast.
Yeah. Thanks, Daryl. Let's see. All right. Looking through these questions. All right. This is from Karen in South Africa.
Okay.
Dear Gopher, I'm a new fan. I've been really enjoying this lurking in the streams, and I'd like to know how many times in a week do you masturbate just for fun?
What do they mean by just for fun? Like, am I supposed to usually be
Yeah,
like masturbating competitively?
They don't explain this. I I do it like every other day. What about you?
Every other day. Sometimes it depends. Like there are the rare occasions these days where I do a 2-in-1 day. Those are rare. They used to not be. That used to be a frequent deal for me.
Yeah.
Back-
Yeah, like when I do it, I'll do it that way. Like I'll come, then I can't do it for a while, then I'll get horny again and something.
Mm. But yeah, one a day ish. Sometimes I take a day off. Don't really feel it that day. And every now and then there'll be like a couple days where I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Sometimes it's too hot. Like I just it's too hot to fucking do it. I'm out here sweating. I don't want to exert all the energy for doing that. And it's just I don't know.
Thanks for the question, Karen.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're one of the cool Karens out there.
Yeah, and hopefully you don't meet too many people who competitively masturbate.
True. All right. Well, let's see. I guess our next topic is we finally figured out what the White Rabbit was.
Yes, as most were predicting, it was Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, they lied to us. It's gonna be out of left field, but it was actually the guy everyone was expecting. So Extreme Rules at the end of the show, I didn't watch, but I did see the clip of this where all these little Firefly friends were actual people in masks, and there was he showed up. I just hope it's not more of the nonsense we have been getting, like. Hopefully there's no teleportation. And honestly, I wasn't a big fan of the Firefly Friend House. What about you?
I liked it at first, and then it kind of they did too much with it. They made him too overpowered. Like there was that fucking Hell in a Cell match, I think it was, against Seth Rollins, possibly, where he took like fucking 7 curb stomps or something like that.
Yeah. That was the match with Seth.
Yeah, but I didn't mind him early on with that, but I still prefer like cult leader Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, I was hoping for that Bray Wyatt. I don't like the Fiend character. Even I don't think it's Bray's fault, but he only had the only person he ever had a good match with the last couple of years has been Roman Reigns, and the match with Seth sucked because he's taking all this. He's taking all these moves and it's not finishing him, and it's there's the red lighting, there's all I don't think I don't like Bray Wyatt because of what the character has been the last couple of years, but I was hoping we'd go back to the Wyatt family and him being a cult leader, being the guy being the character from the swamp or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't watch Extreme Rules. I haven't watched anything since then, so I don't know what exactly they're doing. But hopefully it goes at least more in that direction. Like it's not full on like I was before with the Fiend. Hopefully, if anything, it's more of a mix between the two gimmicks rather than just leaning too far into the fucking
hopefully.
Fiend stuff. But Bray's back. That's cool. And an important update. His father tweeted being like, I'm so happy to see my son back in WWE, but just remember, taxes come for everybody. So Bray, you better get ready to file.
Here's IRS.
Yeah. So IRS, Bray, he may be your father and you may be back in WWE, but you are not safe from IRS.
True. That's true for everyone. And I didn't watch the show either, but we have a new All-Atlantic champion. Everyone's favorite wrestler, Orange Cassidy, defeated Pac.
You did.
Did you watch the show? Do you have any thoughts?
I did not watch the show. No, I think I was watching a horror movie at the time.
I probably was as well, or I was playing something or whatever. I watched some clips like I did with Extreme Rules. I don't know about these Canadians, man. They're cheering Chris Jericho over Bryan Danielson.
He is Canadian.
What a bunch of fucking little fucking limp dick nationalists. Little dick limp dick nationalists.
I saw.
Cheering that fucking
I remember
shitty Chris Jericho over Bryan Danielson.
I remember in mid 2000s. Who was it? It was one of the fucking French dudes, Rene Dupree, possibly. It was either Rene Dupree or the other guy, Sylvain Grenier. One of those two. When they did a fucking show in Canada, one of them got one of the biggest fucking pops I'd ever heard in my life. One of those fucking guys in the mid 2000s. Canada loves their hometown people.
Yeah, and I watched the last Bound for Glory I cared to watch. The first person to come out to to Canada's anthem was Petey Williams, and he got the biggest pop of the night. Like
Yeah.
everyone was saying, "Oh man, he should have been in the main event." Like, no, like I love Petey, but God, they only like they're like, "Oh my God, it's a Canadian. We're gonna cheer for him."
Canadians love their wrestlers. That's
Even though if they're shitty Chris Jericho or Bryan Danielson, that's awful, terrible. Like will they cheer Dr. Luther over Bryan Danielson? They probably would on them.
Is he Canadian?
Yeah, he's from Canada.
Huh. I feel like most of them wouldn't even know that he's from Canada.
Hopefully. Otherwise, they're gonna cheer his ass, dude. Oh, and Jericho retained because Daniel Garcia decided he's a sports entertainer.
That rascal.
Damn it, damn Daniel.
Damn Daniel, you know.
Well, thankfully, we haven't gotten any news of any more backstage brawls in AEW. Although, something will happen. Who knows?
Yeah.
I bet the next one's gonna be Maki Ito is gonna get in a fight with Brian Cage, and Cage is gonna have to fucking cry over a black eye or something.
True. She would beat the shit out of that man.
Really quick, before we're done with wrestling, I was watching Dark, and Brian Cage is selling for Papa Don, who's a jobber. Like, come on, dude! Like, he's all muscly and shit, but he always sells for these job guys. Like, I get a little bit of that, but to the point where they looks like they might win the match. Like, that's too much for me.
I mean, it's on Dark. That's one of the main things for Dark is showcasing other people who aren't actually signed. So try to see how they do. You're not really gonna get a good glimpse of how good a wrestler is if they're jobbing.
Sure we will. I think.
I mean, you won't be able to see how their offense works and how the crowd reacts to them getting offense in if they're just jobbing the entire time.
Hey, they gotta be good at selling too. There's two things.
Yeah, but I mean, I assume he sold at some point for Brian Cage. It wasn't probably just Brian Cage jobbing.
Well, yeah, Brian did one, but I don't think Brian. I think some people back when I go back and watch World Championship Wrestling, it makes sense for say the Rock and Roll Express to because they're littler guys to have more as we might say open matches with job guys, but the Road Warriors never did it. I think Brian Cage, the way he looks, I'll be squashing people like he's a Road Warrior.
He was a big boy.
For other people, who else had a match? QT Marshall, he had a 7-minute match with someone who never wins. That makes sense to me. I'll say that.
Alright, and
do you have anything?
No, I do not. I didn't watch any wrestling this week. I've been too busy with horror stuff.
Yeah, or I watched some horror stuff too. See, my pal, your kitty, and I watched Bong of the Dead, and oh man, he really enjoyed that because he was hitting that Bong of the Dead.
He was
having that Monarch, and not, it was better than I expected. Not a great film. There was funny moments for sure.
I'm just thinking because I think it sounded familiar when you said Bong of the Dead. I think that Bong of the Dead actually had a spin-off movie that was a tie-in with the Ginger Dead Man.
Really?
Yeah. So I think I could be wrong, but there was definitely something Bong related that had a spin-off. Let me see. Ginger.
I got the IMDb page open. I'm scrolling down the trivia. Maybe that.
Dead Man. Bong.
Let's see.
It's evil
right here.
Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong. Yeah. So you gotta watch that one with Kitty next.
See, here's a little piece of trivia. Over 800 gallons of blood was dispensed with a fire hose in one day during a single scene.
Well, there you go.
That's gotta be a record.
There's gotta be a record.
Well, I guess if it was a record to say that, but wow, that's a lot.
So, what else did you watch? What other horror dealios have you watched in this past week?
I watched not that was the first time I seen Bang of the Dead. Then I watched Creep Show, classic. My favorite, like so it's an anthology film where it's sort of like seems like it's based off comics. I really enjoyed the one where the guy sticks the people into
What?
the well
Like
they stick
like a
he,
suitcase?
no he has them dig he dug a hole in the beach and he has them
Mm.
crawl in there and has them bury himself to where only their heads exposed and he has them so far down the beach that there's a low tide so the tide comes in and drowns them and they become monster people and get revenge on them. There's
Mm.
other stories this father figure wanting this cake and his daughter killed him and he comes back to life and still demands his cake for Father's Day. There's other stories like that. I also seen VHS 2, although I fell asleep during it. We were watching that at 1 in the morning for whatever reason.
I don't remember them all that well, but I do remember enjoying the 3 VHS movies. Way back when I
I
seen
didn't
them.
like the first one makes me sick the way it was filmed, but I do enjoy the other two. They're not all time classics like this film I'm going to talk about next, but I enjoy them. I've also seen Kaden, this Japanese film from the mid '60s, where it's also an anthology film. It's it wasn't made to be scary, but like there was some very spooky stuff in it that even I was like, oh wow, like it got me even. A fantastic film. I think that's I've only got like a couple like a few I'm trying to say this right like a little over 100 video like with I have like almost 3,000 rated films on IMDb and a little over 100's at 10 out of 10. I gave that a 10 out of 10. Really fantastic film. I think my favorite story was the woman in the snow. That was very interesting. Although they're all good. Like it's a 3-hour film, but it didn't feel like 3 hours. I think it was that good. And I also watched the Crow. With
That guy who
Brandon
died?
Lee.
Yeah, Brandon Lee.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. For people who don't know, it's the same way Alex Jones accidentally killed someone.
Not Alex Jones.
Someone did. Nah, I'm sorry, Alec Baldwin. I'm
Alec Baldwin.
sorry.
There you go. There you go. Although Alex Jones
sorry,
probably has accidentally killed people.
Probably on purpose.
True.
The Crow, very like when I was rewatching it for the first time in like 20 years. Very 90s film, I'd say.
Mm.
But really enjoyable. I can't wait to watch it again next year or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe this time I'm not gonna wait another 20 years before I watch it again, I'll say that.
Yeah. Any other ones?
That's all I've seen this week.
Okay, so last week with the trivia game, the movie trivia, I got one wrong, and the punishment for getting one wrong was also, by the way, really quickly, I would like to request that we skip the movie trivia this week, only because we still have a couple more topics to talk about today, and I have to record with Brandon before too long, so just gonna request that. But yeah, last week I got one wrong, and so my punishment was to watch one film with a 3.0 or under on IMDb, or 30% or under on Rotten Tomatoes. And it was a horror. It has to be a horror film. Those are the two qualifications, but I could choose the film myself. So I actually went with one that I was planning on watching anyway, which was Sadako versus Kayako, which is Sadako is the lady from The Ring, from the Japanese version of The Ring, Ringu, with the long hair, comes out of the well. And then Kayako is the lady from Ju-on, which is the original Japanese version of The Grudge, who makes that fucking that noise, that fucking thing. So
I can't do it.
Yeah. So so that movie, I tried finding where I could watch it online, and apparently it was on Prime Video by way of either Shudder or AMC Plus.
Oh,
and
you got Shudder?
I did not.
That sounds
So
cool.
what happened was, Shudder and AMC Plus both have 7-day free trials. I actually used the 7-day free trial of Shudder on Prime Video
Yes.
last year to watch a different Asian horror film. So I used I did the AMC Plus one this time, and while I was at it, I went to see if there were any other Asian horror films on available through AMC Plus on Prime Video.
Wait, how'd you enjoy that film?
So again, under 30%. It's under 30% for the the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
It's like 50 something for critics, and I think it's like a 4.8 or something like that on IMDb. I liked it. I had a good time with it. I enjoyed it. It was one of the main criticisms I saw was people complaining that it wasn't they didn't face off until towards the end because it's those two facing each other, like a Freddy versus Jason type thing. It's people are complaining that
shouldn't it be that way?
Yeah, you have to build it up. That's what are you gonna do if the whole movie is just them facing each other? You need to build it up. It's horror. It's supposed to be tension and building it up.
You might as well just watch. You might as well just watch Ricky Dozan and Lopez going for 60 minutes at that point.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it. I had a good time. The other two that I watched on AMC Plus, there was Warning, Do Not Play, which is about this mysterious film that was apparently shot by a group of college students or something. I don't know. But the rumor about it was that it was actually being shot by a ghost, and then this lady's trying to learn about it, and because she has to work on her own story, and so she wants to use that for influence or something like that. It was good. I enjoyed that one as well. A little short, an hour and a half, but it was a good time. Plenty of spoopiness going on. The other one was Monstrum, which was a I don't know the exact term for this time period, but it's kind of in the samurai-ish era, somewhere around there.
The feudal era?
Possibly. It was 1527 was the year that it takes place.
I think. Well, there's probably a sub name for it. The feudal area.
Yeah. And so it's in 1527. It was basically a monster movie about this. It's called Monstrum. The monster in the movie is called a Monstrum. He's this sort of like a giant lion mixed with gorilla kind of looking thing. The face kind of has a gorilla look to it and has the bulkiness of a gorilla, but then it moves like a lion and sort of somewhat body shape of a lion.
Oh man!
And it's covered with these
that scared me.
Yeah, covered in these boils and stuff. It was probably I would say the best special effects that I've seen in any Asian film, because they don't usually have great budgets compared to Hollywood, but this had surprisingly really
that's everyone.
yeah it had surprisingly really good special effects for being an Asian film, and it was good. It was horror-ish, it was more horror adjacent than horror, but there was some comedy thrown in, action, but it was good. It was a fun time. So I enjoyed all three that I watched there, and I watched one more. This one was not an AMC Plus though. Through that, this one. So I did an order on Amazon recently, and you can sometimes choose a no rush shipping option. If you do that, you get a couple dollars in gift card money to spend on for Prime Video, stuff like that. So I got $3 to spend on that. So I looked through stuff on Prime Video, and I found a film called Midnight, which came out last year, featuring one of my somebody who's becoming one of my favorite Korean actors, who is what's his name, Do-sik. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or not. He was in Squid Game. Squid Game. He was in Squid Game as the cop. He was in that show that I've mentioned a couple times recently, Little Women, that one that was on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
He was one of the main characters in that. There was something else, but I can't remember. Oh, not one of my favorite Asian horror film so far, which is called Gonjiam Haunted Asylum. He was in that. Oh, but he was in this one as well. This was another one that was more horror adjacent. It was more thriller than horror, but it had its moments of being really tense. This was really good though. This was a really good film. It's about So there's a deaf mom and her daughter, they're both adults. Like the daughter's like 20 or so, and the mom's older.
Yeah.
Who like the daughter stumbles onto like this serial killer killing somebody, or yeah, kind of. And basically like they're the killer who is played by that guy that I mentioned before. This is his first time seeing him in like a villainous role. Like he's basically spending the entire time trying to kill them and also not get arrested. You know, trying to talk his way out of shit, and it was good. It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
I was very surprised to learn that the daughter was not played by a deaf actress. That's something that a lot of the times in movies recently, they'll have actual deaf actors and actresses playing these kind of characters. But I guess I assume that's probably not like there's not as many of them available in Korea.
Must be.
Yeah, so I was very surprised to find because like she did a very good job with it. Yeah, it was really fun. And there's one other thing that I watched, not a movie, but a show that I actually just binged yesterday because it came out yesterday on Netflix called The Watcher, which is it's not anything groundbreaking in terms of the story. It's a family, father, mother, son, daughter, move into a house, and there's like creepy shit about the house, and there's somebody who sends them letters saying that they're watching them, and all that. It was more of like a mystery thriller with like some horror aspects in it, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that as well. So I've enjoyed all the stuff that I watched this week in terms of the horror.
Hey, yeah. Well, all right. So I think I'll ask this every week while we're doing this. What movie spooked you the most?
Spooked me the most. So I would say that while Midnight was my favorite of the movies that I watched, it was not the one that spooked me the most. I would say probably Warning, Do Not Play was the one that spooked me the most.
For me, it was Kaiden. It might have been Creepshow, but I've seen it before, so it's not like I wasn't expecting anything.
Yeah. I watched not like last year. I think I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched like most of the first season of a Creepshow TV show that had come out like last year. Maybe the year before that.
I think that's all based on the film.
Yeah.
And I think in Kaiden, the thing that got me the most was the final story where this guy sees reflections of this dude in tea, and like he kept throwing it away, like you think he's saying stuff, and he throws it away, and he gets another cup of tea and sees the same guy, and later he ends up in a cauldron. Spoiler alert of himself in the same way. That kind of spooked me.
Spooked. So
that's the horror movies we watched this week.
Now you did say you saw a new episode or something.
So Bleach is back. The anime, the 1,000-Year War arc from the manga. I think that's where the last anime left off before it was canceled. So they're just kicking off back here. The first episode was the first episode was exactly what it needed to be, in my opinion. I mean, if the show just continued, the way and had this continued instead of being canceled and had this episode as the next, the animation would be fantastic, and it is fantastic. But I'd be wondering, what the hell. But since it's been maybe almost 10 years since the show, we need to reintroduce everyone, and that's just I think that's exactly what needs to be done. I am excited to see episode 2 and see where the series goes. And like I said, the animation is just blew my mind. It's like I was watching an animated movie. It seems like they had the budget for that. I don't know if we're gonna sometimes we do see the animation degrade as the series goes on. I imagine we're gonna see that because this is really fantastic stuff. This first episode, but we'll see. I like Bleach. I liked Bleach before. I think but the anime before had way too much filler that I felt like didn't mean anything, and didn't mean anything to the overall story. Since we're moved so far from where the manga was. Hopefully, we can have the story be a lot tighter, and we can just concentrate on the main story instead of running off into, oh, we're gonna do stuff that doesn't mean anything.
Mm. I have not ever seen Bleach, and I probably never will, because that is too many episodes.
We can watch the new one.
Yeah, but like I feel weird if I just watch the new one, haven't seen the previous.
Look, I bet you would watch Raw right now, and you would say, "Ah, man, I can't watch Raw because I missed like 1,000 episodes of Raw before that."
I feel like there's a bit of a difference there.
I don't think so. I think in my opinion, any TV show needs to have a point. To be a good TV show, I think part of it is you need to be able to have someone just walk in new and be able to enjoy it. Like, I don't think you have to know everything. Like, if you watch like mid season and I don't know everything, so I can't like enjoy this. I think I think for fans, it's a plus. It should be a plus for fans. Fans or people who've been watching should be rewarded for watching, so they know everything that's going on. But I don't think like it should be so much so like that to where anyone new coming in is just confused and can't enjoy it. I'll say that.
Mm. As for me, as far as anime goes, let's see what we got. Watching a lot of anime in the fall season here. This Friend the Biscuit Hammer, that one I've been enjoying. It's the animation hasn't been great. It's been pretty poor animation. Although now that we're in the second core, it appears to be getting a little better there. Seems like more of their budget went to that, so hopefully that continues. There is Boki the Rock. First episode of that happened. Boki, I don't know how it's pronounced. Which is that's the one about the forming a band. Little
Oh yeah,
kids or teenagers forming a band. That one is a fun little wholesome thing, which I like the wholesome anime. Raven of the Inner Palace has been really good so far. That one I have been enjoying quite a bit. Spy X Family's back. 2 episodes into that one, into the second core. Yeah, it's still fantastic, super enjoyable. Another wholesome one. There was a first episode of one called More Than a Married Couple But Not Lovers, which was pretty good. That's my least favorite so far of the fall season, but I still pretty good. I still enjoyed it. Keep going, keep scroll through all the other shit I'm watching. Chainsaw Man, oh god. So this has been easily like the most too. Yeah, this has been easily the most anticipated I've seen like any new anime be. Like I don't think I've ever seen, as far as as long as I've been watching anime at least, I haven't seen like any new anime show getting this level of anticipation. And so far the first episode lived up to it. The animation is insanely good. I guess it could kind of count.
I'll watch it. Yeah. I'll watch it.
It could count as a horror thing, like it's something for Halloween, because it definitely has aspects of that. Yeah, it's a very good opening episode of that. There is Shinobi no Itoki. That's 2 episodes in. Join that one as well. Do It Yourself, another one that has the wholesome vibes. 2 episodes into that. I'm enjoying that one as well. And that's it for the ones that I have watched this past week, but all of them are going to be continuing this next week. And there's one coming up that has not started yet called The Little Lies We All Tell, which will be tomorrow. Saturdays are going to be big for me for anime. There is Spy X Family, Raven of the Inner Palace.
I'll say what. Oh yeah.
Go on.
I'll say I don't tell the little lies. I just tell all my lies are huge.
All of them are huge. Spy X Family, Raven of the Inner Palace, Bochi, The Rock, and Little Lies We All Tell are all Saturday. So I got a whole big lineup for Saturdays. And yeah, so a whole bunch of anime going on. I'm enjoying it. And so far, the fall season has been very good for me.
Yeah, dude. Well, you said you have to record.
Well, I say there is one thing we still have to talk about apparently.
Yeah.
Which I didn't hear about, but you mentioned it. New Xbox.
Yeah, new Xbox there's rumors of new Xbox. There's not, there's not much to say because we don't know much, and unless we get some leaks, we could use some leaks. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Nudge, nudge.
People out there. So, uh, it's been it's October now, so in a couple months, it will be like 10 years since we got an official new Xbox. We did get like little updated versions, like the Series X, or has it been 10 years? No, I might be wrong because I haven't got the Series X. So when did that come out?
Series X was 2020. Yeah, because I think it was like when they first came out, the fucking coronavirus hit, and so that like
that's right. That's right. So we might get an update for that, maybe. But
because I'm assuming
it would be too soon.
Yeah, I'm assuming it would be way too soon for like a new one. But yeah, there could be a new version of the Series X or something of that nature.
And I imagine everyone's definitely working on like the next project for sure. You think, right?
Yeah. I wasn't planning on getting a Series X, but then like this is before I got my new PC because the last one had all the fucking crashing issues. But I figured like because before it started having all those crashing issues, I thought like I don't need to get a new Xbox. I could just play all the Microsoft games on the PC. Then that was crashing a bunch. So I'm like, oh well, they have this thing where you can get the Xbox Series X plus was like 2 years of Game Pass Ultimate, but you could pay it off like $35 a month. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'll do it. And then I end up getting a new PC like fucking like 2 months later because I get a big credit dealio. So I got both now. But I have been using the Xbox Series X a lot though. I have been using it a whole bunch. It seems like very similar to the Xbox One for me. Like I'm assuming games run better, except for Guardians of the Galaxy. That one actually ran worse than the Series X for some reason. Don't know why.
Wow.
Because like I was like, as anybody could see watching the series on YouTube, like as soon as we went to the Series X version, it started glitching way fucking more, and it was a lot of like slow down frame drops and all that. I don't know what that was all about, but for the most part, games have been running better on this and looking better and all that. But like the layout on it, the menus and all that are the exact fucking same. It's not really all that different so far. Maybe they'll add stuff in the future, but I don't know. But I do use it a lot though. I do use it frequently.
Yeah, I forgot about the Series X. I didn't get it just because goddamn, It's not like I'm playing the latest and greatest games anyway. Except I got the Switch and I'll buy the new Fire Emblem game. Damn it, I'm on my way to do that.
Yeah.
So you said you have to record, so no TCM movie trivia. I think he's just saying he has to record. He's gonna eat breakfast. He's gonna masturbate to some like porn and whatnot. Like
I'll have you know, I did that before recording this podcast.
Well, he says that, but he doesn't want to get any of these questions wrong and have to eat any more carrots or add any more compliments.
Yeah, true. Especially that last
really
part. Yes.
Going on here.
Yeah, I do need to eat breakfast. I do need to eat that before I start the recording.
So, why don't you tell the people where they can find Gopher and Tucker, and how they can follow you, how can they watch the videos? How do we do these things, Gopher?
Yeah. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Gopher and Tuck on all of them. There's a Discord invitation link on the Twitter and in pretty much all the descriptions for all the YouTube videos, including this one. So you can join the Discord link from that link. I think it's mainly just Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch as far as everything else. We have a Facebook page, but I don't really use it. I did at first because like you were able to sync it so that like Twitter, like anything you tweet goes automatically to it, but then that got removed.
Yeah, but that's no more.
Yeah, so I just haven't been using it since then. But yeah, there you go. The Gopher, just fucking search Gopher and Tuck anywhere, and yeah, there you go.
And for me, just www.joshuajhadley.com. It's all the sales stuff though, and well, that's what's gonna be, guys. If you want to buy anything, that's where you find the list of things. But if you want to come over to the house, that's fantastic. I'll welcome you here. And On Top of the World is on YouTube every Saturday, and we're also on Spotify whenever my internet decides, hey, we can upload that. Last time I tried, like I uploaded the whole thing. I think I let my computer go dark, so I had to re-upload it. With pain in the ass. But whenever I could get it upload on Spotify, it's on there. But it is on YouTube. We're on YouTube every Saturday morning. And we hope to see you next week. Top of the World.
And remember, 2 weeks from now, special guest Robo Plays Atari to talk Halloween with us.
Robo Plays Atari is coming to the show.
Yeah.
I'm excited. We're gonna talk. We're talking. We've been talking horror, and we're gonna talk horror with him. That'll be really fun.
You know what you gotta do, Moose? You gotta prepare some horror-based game for both of us to play.
I'll figure this out.
Yeah, figure out something for that. There you go. So that's again 2 weeks from now. We'll have Robo here.
Thanks for tuning in, listeners, and we'll see you again next week. Have a good rest of your day.
Goodbye.